Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in a building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. And we're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad, Peep Squad. Hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video and tell me what's on your mind. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Wendy Williams and Summer Walker. Wendy Williams has been doing quite the job of apologizing to people over and over and over. Is Wendy Williams tired of TV? Does she want to be on XM radio? What is going on, baby? Because Wendy Williams is speaking her mind even more. Because, you know, back in the day, Wendy Williams was out there in these streets, baby, and she was telling it like it is and telling everybody else's business, and she wasn't nice. And she put hot sauce on everything that she spewed out her mouth, baby. She spewed out her mouth. She was doing it. But now she's on a syndicated TV show. She's working for a network. She has millions of people that watch her every day. And some of the things that she say, you know, she has to apologize for it because it's not friendly for TV. But let's get into Summer Walker. So Summer Walker's out here. People saying Summer Walker is canceled because Summer Walker was upset because someone stole her laptop when she was on a flight to LA. And then she ended up, you know, posting that last night someone stole my laptop. You know, you can suck a fat, stinking, uncircumcised penis full of HIV. So I was like, oh my goodness. She went in because she was mad. She was upset. She was feeling a certain type of way. And she wanted to say the meanest and the most hurtful thing that she can possibly say to the person that ripped her off and stole her property. And it could have been a moment, heat of the moment. She was just so mad because maybe there's so much on it that could be used against her. And I don't know why she didn't pull a Ryan Leslie and basically offer some money up for her laptop because he got his back. But only thing is he had to pay $1 million for his. He promised $20,000. He didn't get it back. He promised $1 million and he got it back. But basically none of the files work anymore. So hopefully Summer Walker does not have anything that is, you know, compromising to her position of who she is and what she's trying to exude and what she's trying to, you know, go forward to and, you know, become, you know, the top artist that she wants to be. Hopefully there's nothing on that laptop that can actually hurt her career or make her feel embarrassed or ashamed, because a person that stole it might leak all her stuff out and it might be tragic. And, you know, you already know what people be having on their computers. So, you know, it is what it is. So, a lot of people have been very upset with Summer Walker. And they're basically saying she's very insensitive to people that are overweight. She's insensitive to people that haven't been circumcised. Because there are some men that have, you know, problems, you know, showing their uncircumcised, you know, goods to their partner. You know, because basically everybody believes you're supposed to be circumcised. But if you're from different religion backgrounds, you don't believe in circumcising or circumcision. So we have this situation. So what do you guys think about Summer Walker? Was she wrong? She could have handled the situation a whole different way. But it was in a heat of the moment. She was upset. She was mad. But she did probably hurt people's feelings or made people feel ashamed, especially someone that's carrying the virus, someone that knows someone's carrying the virus, and then someone that's uncircumcised, and also, you know, someone that's overweight too as well. And people were saying like there's no more stigma on HIV, and there really isn't, because, you know, there's medications to cure it. It's not a death sentence anymore. And just the fact of using, you know, that language in her Twitter post, it lets you know that is really not a stigma, because back in the day people wouldn't even mention HIV or AIDS or anything like that because they would be afraid if they even say it or anything that, you know, people would think they have it, like they will whisper, like there's something that, you know, was, you know, underground. You couldn't say nothing. You got to be scared. You got to be nervous. And if you're sick, we gonna hide you in the basement and stuff like that. A lot of that has changed, and people are living longer and healthier, you know, today. But you got to have the money to afford the medication. If you don't have the money to afford the medication, you just might not get it, you know, because government assistance, I don't know how much they pay for it. But what do you guys think about Summer Walker? Did she overdo it or did she not? Or was she just angry and upset and she wanted to say the most vile shocking thing ever that she can possibly say. And if you notice lately, a lot of people have said a lot of things for shock value and shock value jokes. It's like, comedy has become very harsh and very dark now, and people enjoy it. So you guys tell me what you think. If I was her, I wouldn't have wrote that tweet, because it's a laptop, I can get 1,000 of them, and if I have fans and people follow me and I'm branding myself, I don't want to hurt people that I don't meet, that shouldn't be getting to get hurt, even though she wasn't meaning it for any of her fans or anybody that follow her on Twitter or Instagram. She wasn't directing it towards them. She was directing it towards the person that stole her laptop. But in actuality, the bullets that she fired, it hit a bunch of people and they end up out, speaking up. So it is what it is. So you guys tell me what you think. Or do you think that she needs more maturity? A lot of people say that Summer Walker, she wants people to be show very much emotion and consideration and respect towards people with mental illness and anxiety and depression, because it's very important. But then people are saying, then why are you talking about somebody like this and like that? Because it was out of anger. But she hasn't released a statement or apologized or anything else, because it was meant for one person, but she did affect a lot of people with what she said, and that's why they're coming after her. But she's young and she's going to continue to grow. So you guys tell me what you think about the situation. I was like, Lord have mercy, Summer Walker, you stand in the news, baby. But you know who can't stay out the news is none other than Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is all up in the news. She has been apologizing, and let's not think that Wendy Williams is not popping. Yes, she's been popping. She popped this whole summer. Last summer, she popped. The whole media, everything was Wendy Williams. What is Wendy Williams doing next? What is Wendy Williams this? What is Wendy Williams this? What is going on with her and the outside baby? What's going on with her with Sharina Hortson? What's going on with her with this person? What's going on with her with Black China? What's going on with her with Tokyo Tony? What's going on with a relationship with this person, that person? So, and then there's so many alleged rumors about her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, basically broke and poor, and the next minute he's rich. And it's just so much that went on that Wendy was popping. And people want to know what Wendy says and what Wendy thinks. And a lot of people follow her from all different communities and all different walks of life. But Wendy Williams been doing the most recently. And the last thing that Wendy Williams had to apologize for was for Drew Hill. What she said about, I said Drew Hill. I'm thinking of some music. I want to listen to some Drew Hill music. I love me some Drew Hill, for real. But in all seriousness, Drew Carey. Drew Carey, he lost his, ex-fiance, the ex that he used to date, he used to be with. She was tragically murdered by her ex-lover, and Wendy Williams covered the story. The lady ended up, her name is Amy Hardwick. She ended up falling a couple of stories down, and that was really crazy, and she used to date the Price is Right host, Drew Carey, but they since broke up, and her ex-boyfriend was coming after her. And this Saturday she was pronounced dead at the hospital because she fell some feet from the building that she was living in. And Miss Hardwick was a Los Angeles therapist, and she plummeted from the 3rd floor balcony early Saturday, according to the LAPD. So yes, this is really, it's a sad situation. It's a really sad situation that, the tragic events that happened. And, Wendy Williams ended up talking about the situation, and she wasn't too nice about talking about Drew's ex-fiance, her being murdered. So now Wendy Williams is on her show, and she's talking, basically she's trying to make a joke out of everything, or trying to make it seem like real easy, and, basically tried to bring some light or some dark humor, and the dark humor did not go through as well, because it was very, very too soon. Wendy Williams is facing backlash after seeing me mocking the death of Amy Hardwick during her Hot Topic segment. I was like, damn, Wendy. Wendy was like speaking on her show, on her talk show on Monday. William brought up the sad story of Hardwick's death and angered some viewers when she tried to make light out of the situation. She was killed not by Drew, by the ex she began. I was like, oh, Lord have mercy. I guess they want her to show more emotion. And if she doesn't know the people, how's she going to show empathy and emotion? But usually it's something that comes with it when you have lost people. People are gone. You want to be very sensitive to their families and their friends and the people that love them that are watching too as well. But Wendy Williams was like, she kept saying, Wendy Williams used the Price is Right phrase, come on down, before then turning her head up and looking up and then looking down, following someone falling out of a building. So basically, Wendy Williams did the gestures of looking up, looking down at someone tumbling down from, a building. And basically, if you were that person's mother, sister, or family member, you would be hurt by that, because it's like, damn. But Wendy was trying to make light of the situation. You can't really make light off of someone being killed in a domestic violence situation and being stalked too as well. So people were like, come on, Wendy, you're doing way too much. And so Wendy Williams is apologizing for that situation too as well, because it's one of them things where when people used to talk about Whitney Houston, when they talked about Michael Jackson, when they talked about, Prince, they will say, is it too soon? Is it too soon yet? Because people make jokes off of people, it's called the dork humor. So Wendy Williams is facing backlash from that situation, and it is getting to the point where people's like, what's going on with Wendy? I can't believe she is making light out of a domestic violence situation when she claimed that she did not claim that Kevin Hunter, did any domestic violence towards her. What happened was Kevin Hunter's mother said that Kevin Hunter abuses Wendy, allegedly. And she told that to the newspapers. And then on top of that, Wendy Williams said that, Kevin Hunter kept her kind of shelter. He took her everything. She would pick her up, drop her off. And he would control everything, control all the business meetings, the contracts and everything. He would just tell her to sign. Like, he was so dominant. He took over everything. And she always stayed in the house. She didn't have any friends. She didn't party like that. But once she left Kevin Hunter, she was able to, blossom and have relationships with people too as well. So it seems like she was going through a little bit of a domestic situation when it comes to Kevin Hunter. So people are like, Wendy, you're doing way too much. Like, this is wrong. And it's a sad situation with this lady was, stalked and then thrown out of a balcony, thrown off the balcony. That is a horrible, horror movie. So people are still upset with Wendy. And then Wendy also when it comes to the gay community, she was feeling a certain type of way on the day before Valentine's Day. She was feeling like, okay, listen, I just want to let you guys know that this is Valentine's Day. This is an unofficial female friendship, holiday. So, February 13th is ours, because Wendy Williams is like, yo, it's like nothing is left for the women, and men, you better not be clapping. You're not a part of this. And I don't care if you are gay. You don't get a menses every 28 days. You can't do a lot of what we can do, but she goes, I get offended by the idea that we go through something you would never go through, and stop wearing our skirts and our heels. I was like, gay man, you will never be the woman that we are, no matter how gay, sir. I was like, what? And she was addressing her audience member. I was like, Wendy, what are you doing, baby girl? Like, Wendy was going in on one. And Wendy Williams knows that she has a lot of trans women. She has a lot of, transsexual, trans women, female impersonators too as well that follow her. And I was like, I guess Wendy was on one. Like, she was feeling a certain type of way. She didn't have a Valentine's. Kevin Hunter is somewhere in Kalaho land. Now she got to get on the show and do what she needs to do. And maybe she's feel unappreciated. I don't know what's going on, but she was on one. She was like, I don't like you wearing my heels, my shoes, basically wearing skirts, heels, and shoes. It doesn't bother me whether a male wears female clothes or not, or whether, any trans person wears women's clothing or wear anything. It's up to them. Do what you want to. The world is too much and too much to deal with for you not to be happy and live in your truth. So you need to do whatever you need to do to make you feel happy and make you feel comfortable. You, your family, and your friends. Make sure you have a loving community to help you and support you too as well. But yes, and Wendy Williams came off, homophobic, and people was going in on Wendy and they couldn't believe it. And there's some people that really do agree with Wendy Williams and what she's saying. There are some women that agree with her, that they feel like they're second class citizens when it comes to trans. They feel like they're not important anymore. And you know, there's some women don't want to share a bathroom with trans women, and so many different other things too as well. And there are so many women that are open to it, willing, able, and ready to as well. So it's just all how you feel, how you look at the situation. Do you really think Wendy Williams doesn't like trans people or gay people or anything like that? Or, you know, she's discriminating towards the LGBT community? I think she was on one, baby. She was on one. She was feeling a certain type of way. And she also said, you know, it's really hard to come out here and be on the show all by myself, do this all by myself, you know, and I have my slick humor, you know, and it is so scary coming out here and sitting here by myself with my loose mouth and my slick humor. I cannot blame anybody but me. So did she already know that she was going to do something? Or is Wendy Williams doing this for attention to make sure she keeps the spotlight out on her? Because in the summertime, she had the spotlight on her like it was nobody's business. So you guys tell me what you think about the situation. This is Wendy Williams' apology to the gay community.
Hi. I'll start by saying I apologize. I did not mean to offend my LGBTQ plus community. On yesterday's show. I did not realize until I got home and I watched the second running of our show here in New York. And I always watch, when I can, to critique my delivery or, you know, the cameras, the lights, the you know, the audience, the camera. Like, I'm very persnickety about how I do my show. And one thing that I can tell you right now is that I never do the show in a place of malice. I understand my platform with the community, from first grade to intermediate school, to high school, to college, to radio, and now to TV. And I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just having a conversation. If you know me long enough, then you know. Bon vivant. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds fabulous. In my mind, it means live and let live, bon vivant. And I live and let live every day. Life is too short. I'm 55 years old, and maybe I sounded like your auntie, your mother, your big sister, or somebody out of touch. I'm not out of touch, except for perhaps yesterday by saying what I said. So I deeply apologize. And I deeply appreciate the support that I get from the community. I will do better. I appreciate you supporting me. Thank you.
And Wendy Williams also had to apologize to Joaquin Phoenix too as well, because she was making fun of his cleft lip, and the cleft lip community came after Wendy Williams. She had to apologize and donate money. There is so much going on with Wendy Williams that it is crazy with the apology tour going on. I was just like, whoa, what is happening? One thing I would like to say, I know we have been seeing stories in the media about black males, you know, going against black straight males, going against gay males going against black straight males, the trans community going against the black females going against the trans community, and just vice versa, all in one. And I'm talking about the black communities as I speak now. One of the things I would like to say, I just wish that we can all come together, you know, because before you can see a trans woman, first thing you see is their skin tone and their skin color, and you know that they're black. And when you first meet a gay guy, when you see him, you know that he's black. And then you can find out later on if he's gay or not gay, you know what I mean? And then, especially when you see a straight male, first thing you do see is what? A black male. First thing when you see a black woman is a black then woman, and then when you see a black woman from the LGBT community, she's black, and then you can find out whether she is a part of the LGBT community. But one of the things that we all got in common is we're human beings, and we're also black too as well. And it's time for us to come together and appreciate each other and love each other and help build each other, so we can actually get a piece of the pie that is owed to our people. And we always have the separation and divide. There's always some type of separation and divide against the black man, the black woman, the black gay male, the black gay woman, the straight black male, the straight black woman. There's always some type of divide or some type of chaos that goes on in the media that try to separate us. We need to all come together and stand tall and stand up for one another and for each other, so we can get what's owed to us and what belongs to us too, and build our people, build our culture, build ourselves, and have a strong black community, foundational black community, ADOS black community too as well, where we can help and uplift each other, uplift the elderly generation of us, the middle generation of us, and then the generation has yet to come, so we can set foundational and generational wealth for our people. We don't have that. We don't even have like our own communities where we are in charge, where we can say what goes on in our community. It's like we don't have a voice because we're all separated and scattered out, and we need to all stick together and help each other and build our community, build our team, build our family, so when we go down to vote or we want something to change in our community, we can actually have the power to actually implement the change. So please let me know what you think about the video. Peace out. And also let me know what you think about Summer Walker. Was she mean? Was she wrong? Was she you feel indifferent? Or she was just speaking out of anger? Or she should have never did it, period. And what do you think about Wendy Williams and her apology tour? Is she ready to get off TV? I don't see why, because being on TV just build you up, and everybody can tune into you so they'll never forget about you. Or do you think she's ready to settle down and go private? Or do she need to be on a cable network? Like, what network would Wendy Williams go to that she's able to say everything that she wants to say? Like Bill Maher, he's on HBO. Like, what station should Wendy Williams be on? Or she should just stay on the same station but watch what she's saying, how she say it? And do you think Wendy Williams is being targeted? Because Wendy Williams, she's got the awards and the accolade for being the only black woman on TV like this, hosting her own show and everything else like that. So tell me what you think.